Hello uipath experts, welcome to the uipath.learner channel. Thanks for subscribing. This is Sudheer nimmagadda. So today we will see the solution for that use case number 5. Okay, that's a case, it's a judgments case. Okay, so this is a URL. So let us see. So if you want to see so what is the actual requirement, you can see this link. Otherwise I will give the link in the below in the description. You can go to the what is the requirement. This is a solution I'm going to create. So for the solutions, what we have to do, so we have a excel has these many columns are there, but sheet names are just to and from and to address. Okay, from and to address. Okay, suppose for example from and from and okay, so this one I'm giving the underscore. Okay, so from date and underscore to date. Okay, from date underscore to date. Basically we will use a REFramework to do this one. So what we have to do, so we just this is a transaction number, so each sheet name is a transaction number. Okay, let's take go to the UiPath Studio and create a REFramework. Take a REFramework and quote case data process. Case data process. You can give the description like that. But what robot has to do, robot has to first what we'll do, so we'll create a one queue. Okay, go to the orchestrated queues, create a queue. Okay, so on queue, case queue, and click add. Okay, there is a case queue, is empty. Okay, so what we will do, so in the case queue, so we'll create a load data to the orchestrator queue. One new state, within that state we will loop each and every Excel. So this within the Excel, each and every sheet. So each and every sheet. So what we need as sits, or you can just we need the URL, we need the Excel name, Excel path. Okay, these things and all we need that. Okay, so let's go to the our project folder, data folder, right click and open the config. So create a queue name here. This queue name is a case queue. Okay, that is a case queue. Case data process is a process name, and constants you just create a input Excel path. Okay, input Excel path. So just drag, shift, right click and copy as a path. So store this Excel and case URL. Okay, so that is the URL of this website. Okay, so these two, just remove that hyperlink. We have two things. Okay, now so what let's open the main. So in the main you have a normal default states, 4 states: init state, get transaction state, process transaction state. So what you can do, just drag give this in the between the init state and process get transaction state, introduce one more state called load state. Okay, load state. You just drag the load state here, and this is basically loading sheets to queue. Okay, so that is a purpose. So if you want to add annotations, you can add. Okay, read Excel sheet names and load into queue, orchestrated queue, or sheet names. Okay, let's go inside. So before that, so just go to this transaction. This is also success. Success. If it is a success, it will come here. Okay, success, it will come here. Inside this, so what you can do, basically, if any errors, so you can just redirect this one to this one. Okay, if any errors, system errors. So basically inside that, so just drag the try and catch block in the entry block, and in the catch block you just update the system error. There is a system error is there, right? Sys error is there. Sys error, that is a default variable in the REFramework. Sys error. Oof. System error. Okay, so that is a exception. So by default, so initially it is a system error is nothing. So anyway, if it comes to the here in the transaction, just double click on the transaction transition, this error is not nothing. Okay, so that means nothing. Okay, if something is there, so it will go and go to the end process. Otherwise, so if the success in the success, so what is the system error is nothing. Okay, so that means it does not have any system error. So everything is worked fine in the load sheet to the queue state. So now just add that into the queue. So I mean just using the for each our Excel application scope, use the Excel application scope and load that config of input Excel path. That is our Excel path we are going to get from here. Okay, input Excel path. Okay, sheets, if you just use the sheets, get sheets is a get sheets activity, and here all sheets, that is a basically the all sheets is a sheets. So this is a let's increase the scope of the all sheets to the this one. So basically it is a list of strings. So what it is saying is dot to string q dot to string, because as it is object. For each, just drag the for each, and for each of the all the strings, basically strings, all sheets. So this is a one sheet. So what you have to do, you have to add queue item. Okay, so we're just adding the item to the queue. So just add the queue items. What is the queue name here? Go to here, this is a queue name, just copy and paste in the queue name section in the double quotes, and after that, so information, click here, use the sheet. So that is a sheet name we are adding to the orchestrated queue. That's it. So once this is done, so in the process, just go to the process and go to the process .xaml. So within this, so I'm just displaying the message box. So whether in information dot specific content of what is that name here, while we are adding the item to the queue, what name we used for the queue, just check here, argument. Okay, sheet name, that is the name. Okay, sheet name. So from the queue you can find there is a sheet name, so that sheet name you just accessing from here dot to string, or you can just directly display. Let's run. Okay, now I'm just closing this part. Let us see here. Okay, here and the queue, case queue, just view the transactions. You have no transactions, just refresh. Robot is executing. Let me open that Excel. Yeah, it's opened the Excel. Read the all the sheet names, and it is adding 1 3. Okay, and see, it is adding 1 2 3 queues. The queue name is queue data is a orchestrator sheet name. So first one is a coming, and first one is a success in progress. If you see it is a success. Second, it will go to the second. That means the process is executing now. Process. So in the process we are able to get the all the things. Now the whole work is in the process only. Okay, let's do the process. In the process we need two things. One is a let's take a sheet name str list underscore sheet name. Okay, that is a list, because that data is looks like a from address and to address, right? Try from date, so not from address, from date and to date. Okay, it's from date and to date. If you see here, the data is having the one value having the two values, from address to. So what we have to do, we have to split that one into the two values. str list having that this whole thing dot split dot to string. Just put the dot to string dot split of curly braces underscore. We have to split by using the underscore. C comma string split dot remove duplicates. Okay, so just opening and just split method. So based on the underscore, we have to split. The first one is a to address, from address, and from address from date is first one, str list of 0. And what is the next one? To address, to date, str list of 1. Okay, so you have a from and to. Now the thing is, so you have to open the application, right? So go to the open init all applications. There is a init all applications, right? Init all applications. Open the browser, open a browser, opening applications. So change that open browser into the state to the Chrome, and here config, in config. So in config of case URL. So that is there from config this one. Once is open, maximize. Just maximize. Once it's maximized, you have to click on the. There is a requirement. If you want to requirement, you can just go into that application. Okay, so here we have to click on the judgments. Click on the judgments. Okay, so after that, what we have to do? Click the judgments. So here you have to click on the. Sometimes it is in the case. Click on the K dates. Click on these dates. Okay, click on these dates. Yeah, after that, so you can write anything, so not required the same thing. Okay, that's it. That's it, the part of this. So you need all applications. It will open that application. That's it. Let's go to our process. So here what we have to do, we have to type. So type into, just type here in this text box, capture text box, anything. Okay, because so as this application is not accepting, it is accepting anything. As I am putting the Sudheer, just Sudheer, or uipath. Okay, so I'm just putting the UI path and so making that as a click before type and empty things. Okay. Type again the first two from date, the from date also. So you have to do that same things for the type into click before and empty field, and check whether it is this is a from selector is proper from date. Okay, so the same thing happen. Do it for the to date. Okay, and do the same things. So click on here, remove empty to date. Once that is done, just click on the submit button. Just check the selector for the submit button. Yeah. Okay, so remove this one. What we have to do, just run again. And let us see. So what will happen? Close this browser. Just see what will happen. Okay. So first it will loop each and every Excel, and it's so init all applications happens. It's open the browser and click on the judgments and click on the judgments date, and next it will go to the input Excel and read all the sheets. Okay, so it went to the, it is going the first transaction, and so again type the UI path and the second transaction. So it's 10th Jan to 30th Jan. The third transaction, that is the third sheet. Okay, third sheet, 1st February to 7th February. So we're getting the data. Perfectly executing. So if you see here this refresh, so you have a one more three. Okay, success. So now, so independently just create your one data case scrapping. Okay, case scrapping. So you create one new workflow. So what we have to do, the next thing is, so we have to scrap this data. Okay, let's scrap the data. So use the data scrapping. Use this one. So it is identifying the entire thing is a data, a table. Yeah, but this is coming this one. Oh, but what we need, so we need the data like this. So all the diary numbers, case numbers, so these things and all in this format. But what we get is a different approach, right? So this is a different thing. Okay, different thing. Okay. But if you observe the whole things, to close and re-scrap, re-data scrap again, re-data scrap again, select anything, click on the S. Can you observe here? So the first set, this is the first set, after that there is a one line. Second set, after that there is an empty line. So third set, after that there is empty line. So what we have to do, so the first set, so after these lines we have to find this empty line. Once the empty line comes, so we have to store all the values. So how can we do? First we will loop each and every item, and we will create these many variables, and we will store this. So if the row column 1 contains the diary number, and add this one. Column contains this case number, add this one to the variable. Okay, we can assign the variables, and up to that a row has a empty. Okay, if the row has a empty, so we have all the data, so we will check whether this is existed, this variable is existed, this variable is existed. So then we will add this entire row into the horizontal row like this. Okay, like this, and after that go to the next one, Okay. Let us see how can we do. I'm just clicking the 0. Yeah, let 0 number of rows, maximum 0 means it will come all the values. Okay, click on the finish. Check if we have any page numbers. We don't have a page numbers, so just click no. Page numbers. Okay, we have a data as a data table. Just increase the scope here. Yeah. Now use the for each loop, for each row activity to loop each and every item. For each extract data table, it will loop each and every item. So now what we will do, so we will just create a variables for different things actually. So variable for each thing. Suppose for this one variable to store that value. Okay, to store that value. Okay, next one is we have to create a variables for all the things. Okay, this has a single quote, maybe single quote it won't allow. Let us see. This has a single quote. If this is see here, it is not allowing the single quote. Okay, so what we can do, remove this single quote. Okay, just for variable name. Here also we have a single quote. Remove this variable name. Okay, the next one is a bench. Next one is a judgment by, yeah, that is the last variable. Okay, now we have all the variables. Okay, so first we will just make that as empty, and okay, so we will just assign that as empty. So okay, sequence, just sequence. So empty, all empty variables. Okay, values to variables. Okay, so variable. So what we can do is we just drag that first one is a diary equal to empty. Okay, second one is a diary, a case number is equal to empty. Third one is what is that? Third one, PRP. Okay, P name, PR name. Again P advocate, R advocate. Okay, next one is a bench, I think. Bench. right? So next one is a bench, after that judgment by. So last one is a judgment by. So basically what we are doing, judgment by equal to empty. We're just making that as empty. Okay, this is a set, it will just make that as empty assignment. Okay, now first everything is empty. Now we're checking, so switch, so just use a switch or switch statement. Switch statement, that is a string, just change the type to the string, and this one is a row of 1, okay, not toString. So if the row of 1 contains, so this one diary, because the row of 0 is this one, row of 1 is this one, okay. Row of this one has the diary number, so just assign that variable, okay, assign that variable. Or that diary equal to row of 2, because so row of so if the row of this this is a 0, this is a 1, this is a 2. Okay, so if that row contains this one, just assign this value to that variable. The row contains, row 1 contains this one, assign this variable value to this variable, like that. Okay, but before after assigning, so we can keep whether it is assigned or not, so to monitor. So I'm just making that is what we can do. So we just copy, so we will have to create all the variables again two times, so with the boolean value. Okay, I'm just copying entire thing, copy and paste here, okay. So everything is a is and that is a boolean value. If that came, change is underscore. So basically, so to just make sure that this value came for that iteration, so that iteration, so we have a set, right? We have a set of values. So if that is completed, so we have to make that as a boolean, that came is for boolean value is underscore is a boolean value, change the scope, bench is underscore boolean value. Basically in each case, so what we are doing is we're just assigning that two values. One is one is this this one, why it is showing. So okay, what happened here? Here everything is perfect. Okay, good. So we are just assigning the value as well as the corresponding value for that boolean value. Okay, is day equal to true. Okay, it came true. And the same thing we have to copy paste. This is a values, this is a bool values. Initially it is a false. What is that? Is underscore false, is underscore false. Okay, so basically, so you're just making that as a false, is underscore false, is underscore false. Basically we're making that as a false initially, so that we can check whether all of came or not. Okay, all the values of that particular set is came or not. Okay, okay, judgment, the last one, since this false output. So this is a boolean value empty. Yeah, that's it. What we can do, so we can make that as a true. So in the case again, so what is the next case? Next case is a case number. The case number, yeah, so is a case. So another case, so another case is this one. So if that is the case, so is there any, yeah, so here some spaces are there, just take care of the spaces. That is a very dangerous space at the end. You can't find that space. Okay, always take care of that. Okay, case number equal to row of, right? What is a row of 1 or 2? the value is in the 2, right? 2 dot toString. And what is another one? Corresponding boolean value for is underscore case number equal to true. That means so that t or u. That means we are done with that case for that particular value. So patient name. Oof, what happened? Okay, so add assign operator name p name equal to row of 2 dot toString is underscore p name true. Okay, true. So next one's what is that? Next one. Okay, flow space. Okay, respond row of 2 dot toString and assign the boolean value for the corresponding is underscore responding true. Okay, next one is okay, let's go here, add case, remove the spaces, and here patient advice row of 2 dot toString and add another assign operator for the corresponding to that advocate is underscore p advocate equal to true. Okay, so next one is this one. Remove the space, assign the value respond advocate, something like that. Row of is 2 dot toString. toString. Okay, is underscore response advocate responded to. So the next one is a bench, I think. Bench, just copy from that bench and the judgment. We're almost done. Bench, assign the bench row of 2 toString. Okay, the corresponding boolean value variable for the bench equal to true. The last one is judgment. Row of 2 toString, add the another corresponding judgment is to boolean value true. Okay, now everything is done, everything is perfect, right? Okay, now what we can do, we can use the if condition here. If row of 0 dot toString is dot trim dot equals empty and daily case equal to true and case equal to true and p name equal to true and r name equal to true and p advocate equal to true and r advocate equal to true and bench equal to true and judgment equal to true. Okay, so if this one is correct, okay, so what it is saying, so these are all not boolean values. Okay, we have a something like a is, right? Is underscore. There's a two types of variables, so we have is underscore. That's why you see here error. If I put this one, it's gone. Okay. Now everything is added, everything have values, so we have to first add data row. So we'll add the data row something. After that we have to empty these fields. Okay, copy those two and paste here. What happened? Copy paste, drag this one because we don't have a sequence, then it won't allow you to paste. Okay, so basically it will add, we have to add the data row. Okay, so how can we add the data row? Let us go and take some Excel. Anyway, you just use in_k config. That in_config has in and dictionary, string and object. Okay, so use this in_dictionary. Your Excel application scope, just use the Excel application scope initially, and in_config of input file Excel path, right? Excel path dot toString. So just rearrange. So you will have a just another thing is a in_sheet name. Which sheet we have to update? That is a sheet name. In_sheet name, and this will give the one data table. Okay, current data, dt_current data. That is the one data table. So increase the scope of the current data to outside. Okay. Now this will read the Excel, that sheet, and this will read the data from that website and empty the fields and loop each and every item. So and add data row for that. Okay, so we will add the data row dt_current data, and here, so the curly braces we have to add as per the sequence, this sequence DCP. It is not coming, so put the dot C name or P or bench judgment. Okay, so I'm just removing these dots, so the because so dot is, so just I'm using for just intelligence. You should have a comma because it is a comma separated thing. Okay, 1, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So how many are there here? Okay, 8 count. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're just adding that into the data table. So that is anyway data table is having the empty, and what we can do, so we can just use the append. So otherwise you can just use here assign clear data table. Let's use the clear data table so that it will clear the data table data. Okay. After that, at the end, you have to use the Excel application scope for all the things. In_config of input Excel path dot toString. Use the append range. Okay, so denote this append range, the Excel application scope append range. So what is the sheet name? In_sheet name. And the data table dt. Perfect. Okay, so our workflow is ready, and go to the process, and you should have a sheet name. So where is the sheet name? Here. So create your sheet name, current sheet name, assign this current sheet name, the whole thing, current sheet name, not split and all. Okay, current sheet name. So here also you can use the current sheet name. Instead of this, you can use the current sheet name. Okay, current sheet name is a string. Okay, now after that you just drag, after clicking this one, you just drag that our case. What is this values? You just pass in_config, and later next one is a current sheet name. Okay, current sheet name. Okay, Let us try to execute the whole thing. So currently we don't have data in the sheets, so the sheets we don't have data, so just close this one and execute. We'll see what will happen. So just observe and close this browser. And then you can use the close all applications workflow. You can close this browser. Okay, now it's opened the website, and it went to this one, and it read the Excel. It read the Excel, all the Excel sheets, and loaded the queue, and it is coming one by one. See here. Click on the submit, and it has to scrap the data and update into the Excel. If everything goes good, yeah, it is going to the second sheet and scrap the data and update in the Excel. We'll see whether it is updating or not. So because if it is not update, so because after submitting the click on the submit button, so it is taking some time. So if it is not updated, we will keep some delay after click on the submit button. It's to load everything. Yeah, it seems it is done. Let us go to the Excel. Wow, wonderful. Okay, we have it data updated. Okay, so all the excellent Excel. Okay. All the data came here. So what we done is perfect. So yeah, okay, so 01. Let me try to create one more input file. This is one input file, another dot xlsx here. So what I'm just so this is empty, right? So what we can do, so we can just, yeah, so 01012 January 1st to now today is 8th. Okay, 8th, and underscore. So put the underscore here, underscore here, and copy this one, this whole data, paste here, because the headers are made. Now it is empty. So what I'm just doing this, just copy this path and update this in the project data folder. So it has only one sheet. One sheet means one transition. Just run again. A close browser, you can access the close browser. Yeah, one sheet means one transition in the queue. Yeah, you just try it out, start from the scratch. So this application, so you can see what is the exact requirement in the description. Okay, this is from January 1st to the February 8th. Okay, let's see. Oof. Wow, excellent. Okay, so we have data. Okay, now what we can do, so just go to this website and click on the subscription button. Okay, and click on the bell icon, so that you will get the notifications when I add any new video. Okay, so it's like a fun activities, fun things by using the uipath and some advanced type of things like a REFramework. And you can see this is a this is REFramework. So clear explanation about the robotic process automation, robotic enterprise frameworks. What is this? You can see. Okay, thank you very much for subscriber. So keep watching my videos, keep sharing my videos. Thank you.